Made it out alive, but I think I lost it. Said that I was.
Manage Messias. Manage Messias, yeah.
Same scenario, different personality. Before we describe who a person is, psychology asks the question, what shaped them? The quiet ones, the angry ones, the people pleaser, the overachievers. Psychology teaches us that these are not random traits. What we call personality in most cases is often a childhood survival response. Every behavior has an experience. What we look at as attitude is normally adaptation. Many people have learned to stay safe, be quiet, and avoid pain, and which has quietly grown into their adulthood. According to Carl Jung, a renowned psychologist, teaches us that psychology is shaped by inner experiences and early childhood influences, not just by inborn traits. We also have other renowned psychology like Sigmund Freud, but we are not going to go into all those long talk. We are going to go into the definition of personality. Over to you.
Personality is the total person of who a person is. It is the combination of a person's attitude, feelings, behavior that makes them unique from others. In a simple way, personality is how we think, how we behave, and how we act differently in different situations.
Absolutely right. Let's go over to nature of personality. Over to you, Cosmith.
Nature of personality. The nature of personality looks at how personality functions in different individuals. The following points helps us understand the nature of personality. 1. Uniqueness. Personality is too unique to the extent that no two individuals could ever share the same personality, not even twins born of the same mother. The way they both react to the same situation would definitely be different. 2. Dynamic and organized. Personality is organized. This means personality is prone to evolution. The way a child at 8 looks at a situation would not be the same way that child at 18 looks at that same situation.
We just heard from a fellow colleague of mine who talked about the nature of personality, which has to do with the age, sense of reasoning. We are going to go over to factors influencing personality. Over to you, Cosmith.
Personality is influenced by several interconnected factors. The factors influencing personality are hereditary, biological factors, environment, culture, socialization, experiences, situational factors, age, and maturity.
Thank you, Cosmith, for that. We just talked about the 4 factors influencing personality, which has to do with a person's character. Now we are going over to personality assessment. Over to you, Cosmith.
Have you ever taken a personality assessment and thought to yourself, wow, that's so me? Well, it's not magic. It's called personality assessment. And it's a key tool that psychology uses to understand who we truly are beneath the surface. There are 2 major types of personality assessment. We have the objective test and the projective test. The objective test uses structured questions and scoring systems. And it has a very good example, which is the Myers-Briggs type indicator or the Big 5 inventory. And the projective test uses unstructured questions and it interprets our responses to ambiguous stimulus. And a very good example of it is the thematic apperception test or the Rorschach-Inkblock test. What the projective assessment does is to uncover our hidden thoughts and person.
Moving on to the types of personality.
There are basically many types of personality. I'm going to talk on just 2. The introvert personality, the extrovert personality, and the ambivert personality. Who is an introvert? An introvert is the person who is reserved and quiet, who finds it hard to socialize. Example is a student who enjoys reading alone rather than attending social parties. Number 2, extrovert. Who is an extrovert? Extrovert is the person who enjoys socializing. They are mostly the talkatives. Example, those who enjoy social groups. Number 3 is the ambivert. Ambivert personality is just the combination of the introvert personality and the extrovert personality. Example is a person who enjoys his personal space but also likes socializing.
We just heard from a fellow classmate of mine who talked about the types of personality, which has to do with introvert, extrovert, and ambivert. Now let's move on to the importance of personality.
Importance of personality. Personality is crucial because it shapes how individuals cope to handle stress and approach challenges, influencing personal growth, career success, relationship, and overall well-being.
The last but not the least, theories of personality.
We have 4 major theories of personality. Namely, we have the psychoanalytic theory, we have the trait theory, we have the humanistic theory, and the social cognitive theory. Now, let's look at the psychoanalytic theory. This is where a person's life is being shaped from their trauma and experience they had from childhood. While growing up, some girls are mostly abused by the opposite gender, which we all know as rape. A child that was raped while growing up tends to be more scared and timid around the opposite gender. You see them trying to avoid them. It's not really because they want to avoid them, but it's because of what happens to them while they are growing up. Secondly, a child who grew up from a broken family where the mother and the father is always fighting tends to agree that marriage cannot work between two adults. Now let's talk about the trait theory. The trait theory comes from your gene and whatever your father possesses passed on to you as the offspring. They're moving on to the humanistic theory. This is natural. These people come with this personality. It is inbuilt. And then the social cognitive theory tends to be acquired from socializing with other people. Some students here in our class are not talkatives. They are always introverts. But because they have socialized with so many people who talks a lot, they tend to become talk actives.
In conclusion, on what my colleagues have just said on the meaning of personality, nature of personality, factors influencing personality, types and importance of personality, also the theories of personality, it just has to do with the behavior and character of a person from childhood to adulthood. It's not just by inborn traits on how they behave, rather from what they experience during their childhood. Thank you.